Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Rolling?
Well, in that case, 1 second.
Let your whistle.
Welcome, Blow Hard, Talk Hard, here with Julian.
Rymer.
And Sabrina.
Sabrina, I don't know if you guys heard, but she opened up a can. Tuck. I don't know, it's a can of lemonade.
Yeah, sure.
That's good. How's everybody doing? Rymer, how you doing, buddy?
Well, it's a beautiful day outside.
Again, I have to, because I didn't ask you how the weather was. How you doing?
I'm well.
Attaboy. Sabrina,
Because the weather's beautiful outside.
Because the weather's beautiful outside. Sabrina, you look nice. You're always cheerful.
No, thanks.
She gets in the car. She goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "Nothing." She goes, "Why you always like?" I go, "I hate everybody." She goes, "Why?" I go, "I don't know. It's just the way I am."
Because you enjoy being unhappy. I don't understand it.
It's not unhappy. I just like, I don't know. People just bother me.
Yeah, I adore you, but you are a very irritable. You can be a very irritable man.
Jesus. I guess so. Yeah. Sometimes we got those days. I feel like that a little bit right now.
But to be fair, you tell me some of these stories, and I would be irritated at minimum.
Yeah, like every day, like from the morning to the night, people just bother me. Dude, grab you here, grab you there, pull you here, pull you there. It's like, fuck off, man. Leave me alone, man. I swear to God, I would break my phone if I didn't need it. Just smash it.
I know.
And just like wear shorts and sandals and walk around.
Have you thought of keeping office hours on your phone?
No, it's impossible because everybody's always got a story at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 7 in the morning.
I'm actually quite surprised that you've never smashed a phone.
No, because it's expensive to fix after.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I have that kind of mentality.
Right.
But now, look, see, while we're talking.
Yeah, exactly. Ding, ding.
Yeah. VS, question mark, LOL. What the fuck is that? But anyways, you know what I was thinking of?
Should I laugh?
I don't know what it means. Yeah.
Victoria's Secret is my best guess, but I don't think that that's what it is.
Versus.
Oh yes, the actual thing that's an abbreviation for.
Yes, isn't it? I didn't know.
You know it is. I'm just talking about how I was just being dumb.
No, I was with you on VS.
Yeah.
Or
Anyways,
versus.
you know what? This is funny because this was.
vaginal surprise.
Oh Jesus.
Anyways, when I was talking about there's certain people that like clients who like they play games with the girls they don't pay, and the rule of thumb is always get the money first.
Right.
Don't do a thing until you get paid, even if you know him 100 times. Blah blah blah. Always get paid. Agreed? Everybody agree on that factor? A lot of clients don't like that. They say, "Why should I pay? I'll pay at the end." But then that leaves the girl through the whole hour. She's like in her head thinking.
Right. She's not present.
Well, it's the professional thing to do. It's the way you have decorum in this situation.
Sometimes you pay for food before you eat it, and sometimes you pay after you eat it.
True.
Yeah.
I pay.
I'd rather pay first
with
with the tip because then you know what? It makes her happy, and that's what it's all about, making the person you're with happy so that way she doesn't think, is he going to take off on me?
Yeah.
Well, I heard somewhere along the line the expression that if you want a good customer service, you have to be a good customer.
Yeah.
So be a good customer. How would you want to be treated? Show up, be sweet. And the other thing is you greet people with the energy that you want to receive. So if she opens the door and you're happy and you're following the rules and all that, then you're going to get that back tenfold. So
You're hoping.
you're hoping. But yes, the moral of the story
Especially if you
is
leave a big tip
get
off the top.
Get the money off the top.
Yeah.
But there was a guy, true story, printed $200 bills on a Xerox machine, put it in an envelope, showed her the bills in an envelope. I know we can't see it because we're on audio. And she looks at it, and then he goes, lick it with your lips, and he sealed it. And then she was happy. She put it away. He went and took his shower. After, when he left, she opened it up and seen it was two. She was crying, and it was like two of the cheapest looking fake paper you've ever seen.
Oh my God.
And the other side obviously was thin. But the guy was smooth. These are the con. This is the part of the story. It's the con guys.
Right.
Amazing. Like he was licking like sexy for me, whatever. But he only showed her the one side, and she licked it, and I got 200. I'm good. For a half an hour, whatever.
The fact that he made her seal the envelope in like a sexy way just is such a gross power trip.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna make sure I get away with this con, and I'm gonna use you to do it.
And with smooth confidence, it kind of sounds like someone who's probably done it before.
Oh, that guy, that's his go-to move for sure. I've never seen that done before, and that was a good move because she was one of the smarter ones, we'll say. Like, she knew the game, man.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, that's not something I would ever condone, but that's a fucking crafty con. You gotta at least respect the craft.
That guy, yeah.
That's wild.
Is there a way to out somebody like that?
Well, he's gone now. What are you gonna do? Once he leaves the room, what are you gonna chase him?
But no, would there be like, I don't know, like a message board that someone will go, hey, this is so and so, this guy by this name.
Yeah, some of these guys use apps. They use fake names.
That's the problem, is that there's these review boards that we talked about in an earlier podcast where we talk about men go on and they explain like what their experience was like with a girl. They kind of like rate her, tell whether or not her pictures
and all that.
were
Everybody knows
honest.
about them. Yeah.
They know, but there's no reversal. There's no like app or whatever where
the girls
women
always say that there should be a review board about the guy.
Exactly.
But did you know what there is? There is a chat forum that the girls all gang up on, and they talk about the guys.
Interesting.
They probably do it about me, and I know they do it about me.
Yeah.
But I know.
I was talking to this one guy yesterday, actually, a very nice person, and he told me a story about this one girl. He booked 3 hours. For the first hour, they were having lunch. And then her dog got sick or some shit like that. So she gave him back his balance and took it to the vet, which was right in the area where they live. He grabbed a seat at Starbucks, just chilling out. He goes, okay, whatever, very nice guy. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, she's coming back. So he got her a vanilla latte, he told me, and I went to give it to her. She started freaking out. What the fuck you doing here? You're stalking me, this. He goes, what? Anyways, he leaves. On the board, this girl goes behind the scenes and starts writing bad about this guy. And you know what? The guy had another girl on that board that liked him and knew him, and she defended him and goes, no. John is very nice. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no way he did that. And then but otherwise, this girl was trying to fuck this. And all the guy did, he paid for 3 hours. He left after an hour because of her dog while he was feeding her. Then he goes and buys a latte to bring to her, just sitting there, not waiting for her. She was only 5 minutes, coincidentally. And her logic is to go fuck him on the review board without the front part, the back end, as a secret. And tell all the girls, watch out for this guy. And then the girl goes, wait a minute, that's not what he did. Why are you lying? He's not a bad guy. I vouch for him. And I'm like, that's what these girls did about me. They hate me so much. They lie. They don't even know what they say, these crazy things. If I did any of those, I should be in jail.
Well, that's the thing with people having these discussions is you're challenging somebody else's credibility. But then when you get a bunch of people that are going to be able to defend you because they've had 100 positive experiences.
But even if they do defend you, like say Tilo will say, no, he never tried that. And then the guy looks at him and goes, like he's befouled. Like he goes, I can't believe it. He never tried to bang you? She goes, no.
Yeah.
Because the rumors are so like good that these girls just believe everything. And it's very bad because in no other industry have I ever seen this kind of competition, hatred. What's the word? You don't see Loblaws hating on Sobeys because Sobeys is selling fresh apples. You know what? I know, stupid example, I know. But in this industry, there's no integrity. Like the boss, they cheat, they lie, they
sabotage.
They try to sabotage
That's
each
what
other.
it is. It's all sabotage.
Don't go work there. Don't go work there because he's a bad person.
People do this for gains all the time, even in the corporate world. As soon as the new iPhone comes out, there's people who are paid on the Android end of things already start shitting on it. Like the day it comes out.
Okay, so I thought, that's how it's big business,
Yeah.
but in our real world, I can't picture anybody really doing that, because you just do it behind the scenes. You're like a coward.
Yeah.
You'll never fight you face to face.
No.
But you can easily say, oh, he did this to this girl, and I seen it. And the next thing you know, everybody thinks you did it.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
That's just racking up bad karma.
I think so. It's like
would
when a
hope.
teacher gets accused of touching a student, but never did it and the girl lied. That teacher's fucked forever.
Yeah.
And is that fair? That is the worst person to be, for you to say that lie.
For women that lie about being sexually assaulted,
It's bad. It's so bad.
What it does is it legitimizes people that are actually misogynistic. It legitimizes the way that they feel, and it legitimizes their anger because they think, oh, all women are like that. No,
No.
most women that claim that these things have happened are telling the truth.
I believe
But
it.
it's
I
the
believe it.
5% that lie
Yeah.
that ruin it for the people
Yeah.
that are actually deserving of being
Yes.
treated much
And
better
half
than
of the
they
girls
get
that
treated.
do get hurt or something happen, they don't even say nothing because they don't want to go through the whole process
shaming
of
and the
the
dragging out.
Yeah, because they feel like they're getting like it's drawn out in the
Well,
public.
you have to relive that experience for the entire duration of whatever time you're
it
in
is.
court.
Yeah, that's why those girls they're props, and you should never lie about shit like that because don't say he raped this girl because that's a strong thing to say. And again, you would be in jail if you did that.
Right.
Like you
Well,
you wouldn't be sitting doing a podcast. That's for sure.
No, that's true.
But
No, I'm kind of reminded about that woman in the dog park in New York City who
Yep.
was accusing that man of like harassing her or something like that. The black man on the bench, and he was like recording it, and he was nowhere near her. But
So what was she saying?
She
So
called
what-
the police, and she made it sound like she was being harassed by insert generic black man, and he was just sitting on a bench minding his own business, and he told her.
No, he told her to put her dog
Dog.
on a leash.
okay.
And
Yeah.
he's a black man, she's a white woman, and she
Okay.
lost her fucking mind. She said, she starts screaming at him, says, I'm gonna call the cops on you and you know what's gonna happen. Basically saying, we both know how racism works.
This is now?
Yes,
This
this
just
was
happened?
months ago, a couple months ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a good timing for her to show her stupidity.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
he's got her on recording. I can't remember. I feel like she ended up getting fined. But
For,
he had
for
Yeah.
faking
he
all
had
this
video
bullshit.
evidence of her saying, I am going to call the police and lie so that they come and beat
See.
the shit out of you.
Yeah. She's faking the whole thing.
See, that's terrible too, man. Like,
Yeah.
see, that's the exact, okay, another, obviously another type of subject, but again, you're putting this man who's just minding his business there and you're calling him whatever, just because you hope he gets a beat down for nothing he did.
Well,
Yeah.
the moral of the story is
power
that
trip.
people should have more integrity than they do. But
100%.
a con man
And-
is not going to have integrity.
No, and that guy there, whatever, that's his game. One day he gets caught, he goes to jail, he gets punched out, fine, whatever. But integrity as a person, you do not, I don't care if you're jealous of something, you should never be jealous. People will always have more money than you. People will always be better looking than you. People will always have more than you. So if you don't know, if you're not happy with yourself, that's your fucking problem. Deal
Get
with
happy
it.
with yourself.
Because if you're better, because you're never going to win the battle of, somebody's always going to have more.
Yeah, I think you got to get your shit in order before you start throwing stones at other people.
But girls are girls, and they're young 20s, early 20s. I can see the little bit of kit-catting and the fighting and the jealousy. I made more than you did today, and I'm better looking than you, right? I can see that happening.
Yeah, for sure.
In their 20s, yeah, like it's all about, oh, he likes me over you. Like I've seen two girls do a duo, and it's her client, but he likes the friend more because she's prettier. Mm-hmm. And now she's like, oh, now they're all pissed off. It's like, is it really his fault because you're better looking? Hey, he paid, he chose her. What are you gonna do? But again, I get where she feels like it was, like I brought him. He should love me.
Well,
I
yeah,
brought her.
that would be such a blow to your self-esteem when your job in so many ways is to be hot. Your
But-
job is to be fuckable. Your
But
job
it
is to
hot-
be good at sex.
I get it.
And then you're getting showed up at work.
But now I bring you, and you know what? Then basically, don't bring a hotter friend. Then.
Completely
Yeah.
valid
Yeah.
point.
So if you're doing a duo, you're doing a duo with Samantha. And you know Samantha's got a rocking body.
Yeah.
And a great attitude. Don't bring her.
Right.
Because if you don't like to deal with the consequences, because most likely the guy's gonna go for the hotter one. He doesn't care.
Right.
So
Yeah.
on that note, be smart, girls. Don't bring hotter broads than you or hotter ladies than you to a duo.
To a duo.
To a threesome. God.
Yeah.
What a
noted.
Duo, threesome, restaurant,
Yeah.
anywhere.
whatever
Yeah,
it is.
Don't bring a hot friend.
Yeah, always hang out with the uglier
on
people.
Double date.
Yeah. Was it true that the good-looking girls hang out with uglier girls to make themselves look better looking?
I can guarantee that is a thing that happens, but I do not choose my friends based on them being less
I
attractive.
thought this
than
was a
me.
high school movie I watched. Are you telling me they really do
Mean
that?
Girls?
Was it Mean Girls?
I've heard it even before then, but
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's an old rumor.
I wouldn't say the girls necessarily seek out people that are less attractive than them, but they really do want, like, all girls want to be the hottest one in
Yeah, but you can't
the
go
group.
looking for that. I'm okay.
No.
I'm not going to hang out with John and Bob because they're way better looking than me. Like I would never even think that.
You grow up as a kid, you and your best friend, and then you realize,
My best friend, maybe because he's beside you, lives beside
he's
you.
better looking than me, and the girl's always going for him. Every time we hang out, he picks up, so he likes to hang out with me. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Maybe we got to stop hanging out.
Well,
So then I start hanging out with an ugly friend, and I realize, oh, now the girls like me when I'm out with him. Yeah.
to be honest with you, there was a friend of mine when we were younger. Like every time we'd go out, he would always get one, and I wouldn't. And he was good, really good looking. But at the end of the day, it never bothered me. Like it's like, whatever, you know. Usually I got the leftovers or something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like she's probably gonna have a less
She had a
attractive
friend with her or
that's
something.
with her, and
It
then
always
that's
sort of worked out.
Then that's just easy. That's
Yeah.
just what's that? Wingman.
Yeah, it
Not
just
so
sort of
bad
worked. Yeah, it
seconds.
worked though. Yeah, I have no complaints.
When you're the wingman and you're never taking flight because you're always giving.
I
away
never
the
said we
fire.
never took flight. I said once in a while, he got the better of it. But again,
I got a buddy like that. Every time we travel somewhere, he'd be like, but 10 o'clock, it's like, hey, I just met somebody. You okay to get home? Like, what?
What?
he's basically abandoning you every night.
Yeah. Yeah. At least once in a trip.
Yeah, well, no. What are you gonna do? You know what? Getting back to that con man stuff, there was
Yeah.
the one time. You remember her, but I'm not gonna. I was about to say her name, but anyways, let's call her Samantha, for fun. So she was done at 8 o'clock, and I was working the phones that day for some strange. This is a couple of years ago, and for some strange reason, she didn't reply out or anything. So I just assumed it was 9 o'clock. Finally, around 9:15, I get a text. Fucking asshole! I've been chasing him in the parking lot, and
What?
I'm like, I thought you were at home. Like, where are you? She goes, I was running half naked in the parking lot after this because he never paid her
Oh
in
my
advance.
God.
Remember I was saying,
Right.
get your
Not
money.
the envelope guy?
Nah, that's another guy. That's another person. She never got paid first at all. Zero. He was going to give it to her at the end. She's figured. Now, she's chasing him in the winter in this parking lot that's pretty dark at 9 at night. And I'm thinking
In her
she's already...
fucking underwear.
Yeah, or whatever. And I'm thinking she's already half gone because it's already 9 o'clock. In the meantime, she's crying and I want my money. I'm going to kill this guy. And I'm like, hey, babe, man, get back in the fucking room because if this guy gives you a shot in the head, you're going to drop, you're going to freeze your ass all night and die. This is ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And she kept going mental. I go, I'll give you the money and that's it. Then she calmed down and she went back inside. She was hunting for this guy.
That's
But
fucking
this guy was
nuts.
already gone. He was gone. And I go, why would you? She goes, I don't know. Just whatever. He seemed nice. I go, he fooled you. And goes back to the thing.
That's what a con man does.
Yeah.
It's become a part of my entertainment that I'm taking in lately, that I'm hearing a lot of stories
Yeah.
about, not people in the industry doing this, but a friend of mine told me yesterday that a regular that used to come into our restaurant came in one day in wearing one shoe with a bloody face
Okay.
because he had gone out in traffic on purpose to get hit by a car so that he could con them out of money. And this, it's super famous, this guy, Dirty John, he was a con man. He married this woman after 2 months who had a lot of money, stole all of her money, tried to steal her money. It's a crazy fucking story.
It's a movie, Dirty John. I think I've seen the movie.
It's a TV show.
Oh, okay, whatever.
But it was a podcast, and he used to do the same thing, starting from when he was a kid. He would run out in traffic, get
Yes.
hit by a car, say you don't want to have to increase your insurance,
Yeah,
so
just
give me
500
$300
bucks
yeah,
right now, blah, blah, blah.
exactly. So this guy that came into the restaurant, who was running these cons, he used to get bombed at bars, then walk into traffic. And then he would go back to the restaurant and say, you overserved me. I just got into this accident. Do you want a lawsuit or do you want to give me $10,000? And it worked. It's fucking
It worked.
crazy.
The person
Yeah.
at the bar gave him 10 grand.
Yeah.
Shit.
I would have given
Now
him.
I'm
I
thinking
would have
about
given
this
him
for a
10. I would have
moment.
given him 10,000 smacks. That guy there would. Yeah. Okay. That's.
I mean, if it's a mom and pop shop, you wouldn't do that to them. You're going to go for somewhere that's corporate that has the money to back it up.
Or super busy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
Just
those
sitting
places when you eat and they have what do they call? They crush their glass and they put it in their food after.
That happened to me once.
Come on,
That
I'm
happened to
copying
me
a
once.
movie here. I've never.
No.
I thought this thing.
No,
was,
I know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah,
Are you talking
those two
about
mother and daughter-
Heartbreakers?
yeah.
With Jennifer Love
Nice
Hewitt
boobs,
and Sigourney
boobs
Weaver.
and Hewitt, yeah,
fucking Jennifer Love Hewitt almost made me gay. Jesus.
She's beautiful. Though.
So beautiful.
She got old, but but anyways, that glass,
But-
they're pretty
but
good.
No. So there's one table at the restaurant that I work at where you can't see through the cameras. And these people, I think they came in, they scoped out the place, and they picked that table because they knew that you can't see them on the camera.
What kind of people were
And
they?
I come over,
Young, old, just curious.
very weird. They were a family. I don't know if this is a politically correct term or not, but I believe that they were gypsies. I believe that that's like a
whatever.
legitimate background.
Travelers are.
No, but I mean,
do they
like,
call
I
it?
think that they
They
were
were
from
dressed
a
and everything,
place
like,
in
proper?
Eastern Europe. No, they looked like
Roma.
trash. They looked trashy. They looked really classless. So anyway, this one woman orders a steak that's covered in peppercorns, and I come over and like they're really fucking weird. I'm like, oh, just want to see like how that's cooked for you. And she just looks at me like a fucking, like she's not all there. And she goes, my steak is crunchy. And I go,
Why am I laughing? I don't know.
yeah. And
That was great.
because she's a fucking nut. And I go, the
Peppercorn.
peppercorn does provide a crunch, you dumb bitch. Yeah. And then she goes, she's pulling on her bottom lip. And they show me that there's glass on the plate. Now, this glass was spotless. If this glass came from the kitchen, it would have sauce on it.
Something,
It would have there would be evidence there.
She didn't even eat no steak?
So she ate a bunch of this.
bunch?
She ate probably half of it.
And then the glass.
And then the glass shows up, right?
Right.
So they're saying, well, I shared their mushrooms, so I think that it came from the mushrooms. Like, well, there's no sauce from the mushrooms on here. This is clearly glass that's been freshly placed on top of this plate. Also, the restaurant that I work in, super corporate, crazy
I know.
high standards of
No
cleanliness in the
way
kitchen.
that's happening.
And there's just no possible fucking way. So we comped all of their food.
You did?
Yep, we comped their entire meal, and then we sent them home with free dessert. If you just got food from a kitchen that you think there's broken glass in, you're not you're not getting a dessert to go.
I'd be furious.
And
I'd be stunned. Yeah, I'd be mad. I'd be grossed out. I'd be like, I found the hair once. I was so angry, like, ugh, I can't believe I ate this.
And they boxed up all of the food to go that was already on the
leftovers.
table. They took all the leftovers.
And they went around.
We
trying to
might
prank
have
some
even
other
made
tables.
her a free meal to go. We went above
So
and
you
beyond.
knew you were getting fooled, but you just didn't want. You just wanted them out.
100%.
You just wanted them gone.
And they were like, oh, I'm going to go to the hospital tonight, and like, I think I swallowed glass, and I'll let you know what happened. And I was like, all right, cool.
Okay, what's your number? You should have said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just so clearly a con, and they clearly fucking saw that movie.
I was at a restaurant that rhymes with, it was like Bread's Lobster. And I was eating
the cafeteria place?
Yeah. I was eating the shrimp, and just as the server came, my plate was almost done. I'm pulling this deep fried shrimp out of my mouth, and like a long fucking like hair is like.
Oh, God. Yeah, man.
And I was like, I looked up at her, and like her timing could not have been better. But I swear she thought, like, what the fuck did you just do?
That's nasty, man.
And then you know what they said? We'll take care of that. Do you want a free dessert? At that point, I was like, no, I'm not even hungry. I'm not hungry.
Yeah. I did a pasta thing like that. It was like a big, thick black hair. I don't know, some Italian fucker. It was. I know a lot of Italians. I'm allowed to talk like that. But there was this hair in the food and the pasta, and I'm like, oh man, like I felt like gagging and puking. Yeah. You could have offered me free anything. I would have told you to go fuck yourself. Like, but that's the difference between somebody when you're disgusted or you wanted a glass tricks. But anyway,
see, here's the thing: is like I've worked in so many. I don't. If I find a hair in my food, I want my food for free, and that's it. I don't need. Yeah. I don't really care. I might fucking eat around it, like, and then tell you so I get a free meal.
No fucking way! I'm out of there. I'm not paying, and I'm telling you to go fuck yourself.
We had our meal.
Well, you're not a stranger to telling people to go fuck themselves.
That's right. Everybody go. Nah, just joking. On that note,
don't forget the tip on that. Don't forget the tip on that.
20%.
The tip of what? The hair? The hair piece?
You know, if they comp your meal, I don't think you should just be walking out of there without.
The gypsies tip you? Or the
No, of course not.
No, you know what? They gave me, I think they gave me $20 and they're like, we know it wasn't your fault. And I was like, okay, cool, but
I
you
wonder where they
guys,
stole that 20 from.
but you had a,
Was it even legit?
probably not, but they had a $300 bill, which if you tip 20%,
$300 bill?
Is there such a thing?
60%. No, their
Oh,
check,
what are
the
these?
amount that they owed was 300. Then they got zeroed out.
there is a $200 euro bill. My buddy just
Interesting.
showed it to me yesterday. I go, it's 200
€500
euro.
as well, isn't it?
There's a $5 and a $200 bill.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen it too.
Yeah.
Makes for great Monopoly. Because that's what it looks like.
But anyway, the point that you're trying to get at, I really want people to hear, as somebody that is a server, if we take stuff off your bill, whatever you got, even if you don't have to pay for it, please, for the love of God, tip on it.
Yeah.
It's just good karma. It's good business.
I worked at a coffee shop and I left my coffee shop
As a barista?
as a barista. It was before baristas when you were just
Is
like
that a
making
barista?
coffee. Then they
That's
are now.
what-
What's
Yeah.
a lawyer called? Barrister?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bears are barista. I can't remember. I would just
Is that right or wrong?
No, you're right. It's just
Right.
it's
Went to
you're-
school for
it's-
a while,
you're
ended up
just
becoming
the
a
funniest.
I just like to fuck with this guy. I know what they were both called.
All right.
You didn't think I know what a barrister is?
I think you do.
They took enough money from me. But the barista here made espresso with latte. Go on.
did. And just as I was leaving my shop, someone came in with a $100 bill. An old guy, nice, friendly. He said, "Don't worry." He left a nice little tip because he just bought a muffin, right? An hour later, I'm on the other side of town visiting some friends at a coffee shop, conveniently, and the same old guy walks in, but I don't really quite clue
Motherfucker.
in, other than the fact that he gave my friend behind the counter a $100 bill, and she's scrambling for change. And I
Oh,
was
but
like,
he wanted change.
Well, no, he also bought like another muffin.
But he wants change. I thought he gave you the.
Oh,
I thought
gave
he
the 100, but
treated
he's
you.
looking- So he's giving you the fake 100 for the 89.
Oh, of course, he could do that all night.
Yeah.
He goes to 10 spots a day. He's
And
making
then it
8
struck me as
grand.
he's walking to the door going, holy shit, that's the same guy. And then I
Yeah.
called my shop because I asked to go.
When
"It's a
was this,
$100
by the
bill."
way?
I was like,
What bill were we talking? The
$100
paper
bill.
brown ones?
The paper brown ones, yeah.
before the
We had to
yeah.
hold up the light to see the dots, not
I
the
remember
stripe.
those. Yeah, those were
Yeah.
easy to counterfeit. Yeah.
Totally. And so he must have gotten away with this all day because he had a little wad, So if there's a guy who goes to the casino, you could have a $100 wad, not a problem. And it was like,
And he's a sweet little old man.
sweet little old man. And then after that, so I made a couple quick calls, right, like to my shop because I saw it. I was like, "Can I see that $100 bill?" I was like, "Fuck, I don't think it's real." Called my
Yeah.
coffee shop and they said, "Oh yeah, maybe the $100 bill isn't real because nobody was really sure." So went down the street trying to find the little old man. Couldn't find him anywhere. We called the cops, and at that point I was like, "Fuck it, I don't want to be a witness to this." Good on him for getting away with it. It was like a little bit with me. It was like, "Fucking yeah, good on him."
Yeah.
Good on him.
Well, at the end, those
You know.
guys are just printing them off regular Xerox machines.
Yeah, back
because
then.
it was too easy.
He looked old enough that this could be his retirement plan. I
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck it, let him."
They stopped even with
Let 'em run
20s
things.
after, but all you had to do is put it to the light and you wouldn't see the dots. The strip joints have the purple beams, the purple lights, so if you have a fake bill, right away it shines on it.
Oh yeah, and it's dull.
I don't know, there's
The
something.
legit ones glow, don't
My
they?
buddies who do, let's just say they collect money, they have actual fake machines there to detect fake money.
Really?
Yeah, well, you get a stack of bills. You're not going to sit there like this and put it to the light one at a time.
Oh,
they put it through the machine.
And then it.
It goes,
Yeah,
and it shows up. They're not my buddies. I just made that. I was in a movie. It goes through the machine, and then
See, there's some integrity, immediate honesty.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
honest. Then it goes through the machine, and it pulls out the 3, 4 if there's any fake bills. Because sometimes you get them. If a guy owes you some money, I don't know, just
Yeah.
making shit up as I go, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's integrity, people. Get it. And you young girls, don't fucking lie about bad things, because life will get better for you. You
And
don't have to be
get
fucking
The
mean.
money up front.
Yeah.
Yes, and always get paid up front, guys. Ding, ding. We're going on a break. Be back soon. Thank you.
All right, well, it is getting colder outside, but it is getting hot in the Blowhard studio. We love watching our numbers increase. We love hearing from you. We love all of it. So please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Listen with them. Have a chat. And if you have any questions, shoot them to us. We want to hear them. DM us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, or you can just go to the website, Blowhard Talk Hard, and message us there, or email us, blowhardtalkhard@gmail.com. Anyway, we love you. Sabrina out.
Welcome back, listeners. Julian here. His co-hosts are still here, unfortunately. The fuck you
Rude.
guys still
Yeah.
doing?
Rude.
Rude. Peter, Julian,
Still
rude,
thoughts.
rude. Anyways, rude. You know what? Today is Sunday. I was watching football before I came here. And very weird, because they spread the fans around a little bit. But
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't realize that until last week when my dude told me that.
Yeah, it's
why
not
can't-
bad, but again, it's the commentary. It's cool. But the thing is, it brought me back to the con man game.
Right.
Super Bowl was the last game we watched before COVID hit. It was in February 3rd.
That sounds about right.
February 3rd. So me and my buddy were at the St. Louis having I went for a beer. And I was actually meeting some new girl potentially. But we're sitting there and I just mentioned, she's there. So I mentioned the Super Bowl, that I made some money. I took Kansas City and I won, whatever. And this guy at the bar turns around. And he looks at me and he goes, oh yeah, and he starts talking to me and he goes, yeah, I took that thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah. He goes, yeah, I'm not from here. I'm from Dallas, whatever. And I'm looking at this guy's fucking face and I'm going, okay, yeah. And he's sort of interrupting now quite a bit. And he's smiling with that dumb look. And then I go to the waitress because I know the waitress. She goes, oh, I don't know who he is, whatever. So then I keep looking at and I go, hey, I know you, right? He goes, now he's panicking. He goes, no, and he's smiling. I go, listen, motherfucker, I know you. I know who you are. You pretend you're a lawyer. You pretend you're this. You ripped off the girls of the House of Lancaster. You owe my buddies a lot of money. You know what? I'm going to make a text. Don't even touch your beer. Tip the waitress and leave. He looks at me like, what are you talking? I'm from Dallas. I go, okay, man, the phone's in my hand right now. I'm texting them or you tip the and you know what he did? He fucking tipped the he paid his beer, he gave the waitress a tip, and he took off. Because I'm not in that, I'm not going to go fucking try to grab him. Like, it's not my thing. Yeah. But the girl that was meeting there, she's like, what the fuck is going on? This guy's ordering people out of the restaurant. But again, this guy was #1 con artist. He ripped so many strippers off at the House of Lancaster, selling them insurance. And
what kind of insurance?
I don't know. He pretended he was a lawyer. He got me with the lawyer. He got me for a little bit too, but he got my buddies really good because he was pretending when you lose once, he pays. And then when you win, you get paid. But then you lose big, and that's when you disappear. He sets you up, you understand?
Got it.
So he'll lose, let's say $5.
Yeah.
And then he'll pay the $5. And then he wins the next week, $20. So you pay him. Now he's a lawyer, he's got a card and everything, it's all set up. Next week he fucking loses $25. Now he's got it and he disappears. Jesus. But the week before he collected good from you. Man. So he'll lose once on purpose, the beginning, small. Right. So you build a friendship, a relationship.
It's like how a pool shark operates.
Pretty much. And the thing is, he got stunned because he seen me out of the area. There's no way I was supposed to be there, right? And because I was out of the area where he does a lot of this shit, or where he did this 2 years ago. And so when he seen me and he heard football, his eyes lit up like a pinball machine. Like he was like, oh, another sucker. And then I looked at him and I go, you piece of shit. It took a few minutes to figure it out. And then he knew I knew.
Right.
Yeah. And then after I go, I'm going to text or you leave. And he got up and he left.
I'm so fucking fascinated by the idea of selling insurance to strippers. Are they insuring body parts? Like, I'm wondering if he could have, because that could have been it. He could have said, hey, do you want to insure your legs because you make your money by stripping and you can't strip if anything happens?
No, I don't think he was that smart or stupid. No, I think he pretended he was a lawyer. A lot of girls have issues there. Like they have a bad landlord, maybe their husband or boyfriend's custody of a kid or something,
right?
And he pretending to be involved, so he was like a lawyer, and give me $500 to start the paperwork, kind of shit. And then another girl wanted to probably get insurance for something, for maybe I don't know for what those, but there wasn't. I heard insurance, but. Probably give me this money to get started. Like he ripped off.
So he conned all these girls into thinking that they needed something that he could provide, and then he takes their money as quote unquote lawyer fees and then fucks off.
And he leaves, And if you've seen this guy, he was a scrawny little guy, like 120 pounds
Did he
wet.
dress well?
Average.
Right.
But he was well spoken. And he had glasses. He looked like he could look like a little lawyer, like a lawyer, yeah. He had that look. But if you also looked at his eyes when he was looking at me, they're beady, and he knew I knew. And then that's when he didn't want to panic with that fake smile. He was like, not me, I live in Dallas. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here if you live in Dallas? How did you find this place? Like, wow. It's not a tourist place.
When I first moved to Toronto, a friend of mine was like, giving me the lay of the land. And she was telling me a story about a guy who hustled her first week of moving to Toronto. She thought she was doing well. It was a guy who was like part of a soccer team. He'd lost contact with his team because he got separated during a city tour. He's not too sure where his hotel is.
Okay.
But he has to get to the airport, and he knows his flight has left. He's lost in Toronto. He's got a soccer ball under his arm. He kind of looks like it. He doesn't have an accent. He's got an accent. He's like from South Latin America or something like this. And so she gives him, he's like, I am just devastated. Overshares a lot of information. She goes to the bank machine, gives him a couple $100, right? This is just before
Just
smartphones.
out of the goodness
so
of
this
her
is like
heart?
15 years ago. Yeah. And then I moved to Toronto. She tells me this story, and about a month later, college in Spadina, a guy comes up to me and starts telling me a story. And I'm like going, oh man, that's terrible. I have no money on me to give him. But I'm like, shit, and it's like cluing in. It's like, holy smokes, I think you gave my friend money, right? You know?
Oh, I think my friend gave you money.
My friend gave you money. And he's like, and then he kind of like, no. It's like, but if you don't have any money, and then he left. Like he just like started like bailing his way out of his story in that situation.
Good story, though.
It was a great story because he was like really oblivious and lost, and he had the accent.
Very good story.
But he looked far more disheveled than she described him. Like this is how like now.
It's the details that will sell a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it looked like he'd been in the city for quite a while. Like his clothes would look like shit, you know. It was like now.
But the
probably-
details are important. That story there is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because if you just come up, give me, I
And
need
just throwing a whole bunch of shit
Yeah,
at her,
yeah.
and I can see how I could have easily been bamboozled. If I had some money and I wanted to feel good.
What
Yeah.
about those guys who they pretend they're doing the new job is opening up. It's going to be a plant. It's going to be use tires to make gas or this kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's here's all the paperwork. He shows you all this stack of
These are
paperwork.
investors.
Yeah, now they want investors. Oh, we got 400 million in the like. Okay, well, whatever. Long story short, you know what they do? They rent a room at the Royal York. They get a couple of flyers printed up. Or this quarterly, we're doing this, we're doing that. Very easy to do if you really want it. But the thing is, you got to escape after. Because everybody you ripped off is going to be looking for you. So
Right.
if I did, I wouldn't do that to my friends. But say you did it, then all your friends gave you some money to, or just even, how are you going to show your face again?
Can't do that in your hometown.
But
Yeah,
that's the thing
no.
is that these people
But nobody's
aren't-
going to give you money if you're not doing it because nobody will trust you.
Right. You do need some reference and vouching.
You need some vouching, right? You need some guys to say, here, I put in 20, I put in 20, I put in 10.
That shit's happening right now. I get a phone call, someone's got like a new business that's happening in Delhi.
Yeah, you're going to invest money into somebody you don't know?
No, but people are getting scammed still in some respects.
Yeah, they're taking the wild card shot. Like they're just calling some old lady going, oh, you want protective on your identity theft? It's $1,000. What is your bank number? Yes. And then they just steal from her. Like that's...
A girlfriend, she had her computer, it was totally a scam. I was like calling her because I was supposed to call her. And I said 2 o'clock because she was back. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I was on the phone. My computer was being cleaned. Apparently I have a virus on it. Right? And somebody called her and said,
fuck.
we've been getting an email. Your email's been bouncing to us constantly. Can you check your email? And they were very friendly about it. And said, we're just giving you a warning. We're part of a security company. And if you would like your computer, we could take care of your computer right now. It's only going to cost you $29. But it's because it was reported back from somebody else that had been getting this, from their security company.
Yeah.
And it was a legit, so I guess she Googles it. It was a legitimate security company and I also Googled it. It looked legit.
It doesn't take much to put up a website either, by the way.
Yeah, it actually is a legitimate company. Someone's just using a legitimate company's name.
Got it.
They get into her computer, right? She gave them access. They open up a big screen. They made it small, and then apparently then some numbers go across the screen, and then she felt it was all secure. They didn't steal anything. I thought her computer was hacked. Like you got to change all your passwords and shit like that. She didn't have that problem, but she was like, even though she was out like $30, right? It was
for that thing. I wonder how many people they do it to, though. $30 times.
Yeah, millions. And then I've heard of other people getting scammed like this. Someone from another podcast, Reply All, was commenting about following these people to like India and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So the scam.
So what? The Iranian prince is not giving me $1 million after I donated 500.
What?
Like those prince guys that they asked for $1 million.
You mean the Nigerian prince?
Whoever the fuck he is, what prince? I'm gonna give him 50. Give him a
Why was
500.
Nigeria for so long?
I don't know why.
Is it Nigeria? I don't know.
No, it was. It was Nigeria for a
It
long
was a
time.
running scam for the longest time.
Yeah,
that people would get
yeah.
emails from Nigerian
The guy
princes.
Michael Scott on The Office fell for
Yeah.
it. He goes, I thought I was helping the prince.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways, okay, man. We're talking too much about scams, and everybody's got a million scam stories. But at the end of the day,
How about the jokey scams?
What
Like,
jokey?
You the fun scams you have with like a buddy. You go.
this
you
is
know,
not
You
just
mean
for
a
laughs.
prank?
When you pull down
know,
a dollar,
no.
you pull it with the string.
Oh yeah, something like
Oh
sure,
my
with something like
God.
that, or like I bet you can't.
Put 20 in a piece of shit and you touch it and you grab it and you put
You
your
know,
hands
where someone says, I bet you can't drink this beer without touching the edge of the glass, and like some kind of bar trick.
Yeah, okay.
Like those scams.
Yeah. Those aren't really scams. Those are just games for fucking alcoholics and.
But I think maybe that's the gateway to all of this.
Anyways, you know what?
Could be.
Today's another
game
day.
puzzle.
We'll see everybody on Friday. Be safe and enjoy your week. Julian.
Rymer.
Not quite.
Oh, Sabrina just stole my line. Go. What's up? What's up, babe?
Well, I just wanted to say that we've been talking a lot about engaging with everybody on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
Correct.
You can
Sorry,
even
babe.
email us, and we want to know. We want to do a Q&A show. So if you have any questions for us, we want to know. We want to hear them. We want to hear from you. And even if you want to just say you hate the sound of my voice, I don't care. I want to
That's
hear
right.
from you.
Yeah. I'm going to email you for that one too, for my other email.
Thanks,
Shut the
a-hole.
fuck up. Anyways,
Now,
Julian.
Sabrina.
Rymer.
Now we're out, people. Have a good week. Later.
We're going to get into some serious nasty shit. I like that.